Hello everybody, my name is Heather, aka Alia. And today I will be showing you guys my presentation for my final for my dance appreciation class, since I did it about K-pop. And you guys voted on my story and said that you would be interested in a video about it. So here we go. By the way, I'll be looking here. This is where my computer is, so I can see the presentation, and then obviously it'll be right here for you guys to see while I'm talking. Okay, so a modern classic, Heather Wiggins. As you can see for the first slide, I used a beautiful picture of Stray Kids that I felt like resembled a Renaissance painting to fit the vibe of a modern classic. The individual. In ancient Greece, Dionysus brought the importance of the individual and the use of masks to dance as part of theater. Singularity utilizes masks in segments of the dance to signify the emotional masks people use to hide their true selves in the hopes of being accepted. This performance showcases the individual. At the start, the main dancer creates the illusion of dancing with another person by putting his arm in one sleeve of a jacket on a wheeled rack. When the masks surround the main dancer, he pushes them away one by one. This signifies the message that it is better to be alone than to be surrounded by fake people. One major proponent of this performance is its use of props. The jacket on a coat rack and the flower emphasize the romantic aura of the performance that contrasts its message of loneliness. This performance uses varying speeds. Most of the dance is more languid and slow, but one part contains fast steps. However, with the speed of these back and forth steps, the dance manages to remain in the same spot. This signifies him trying to run from himself, which proves impossible. And obviously this one was Singularity by V. The view from above. In the royal courts, many productions were designed for halls in which spectators sat above the action. This led dance masters to stress geometric floor patterns. The chorus of On the Ground takes a similar standpoint, giving the viewer a bird's eye view of the performance from above. This performance utilizes symmetrical movements on either side of the main dancer. These movements serve to highlight her, keeping her at the center and ensuring that ensuring that she remains the main focus of the performance. The part of the performance that takes place on the ground is meant to emphasize the title of the song. This correlates to the main message of the song and performance, appreciating what you have and not being greedy and reaching higher and higher. The performance consists of both male and female backup dancers. Many of their movements are similar. However, the men have more angular movements while the women have more flowing movements. The simplicity of the set and costumes highlights the dance itself. It also aligns with the message of the song. The song is about the beauty and contentment that can be found in life's simplest moments. This is On the Ground by Rosé. A blend of modern and traditional. Ruth St. Denis brought Eastern dance styles to the United States. Lay's Flying Apsaras utilizes traditional Eastern, specifically Chinese, dance styles. The backup dancers' costumes are modern adaptations of traditional Chinese attire. They all wear the same costume regardless of gender. By contrast, the main dancer wears a big feathered coat which highlights his central role. During the Renaissance, dance and choreography were dominated by men. Flying Apsaras was choreographed by a man named Huang Xiao. The central dancer is also a man, Lei. While there are female dancers, they are not the focus of the performance. This performance consists of repetitive back and forth movements. They appear simple but are precise and technical. This performance tells the story of the Flying Apsaras, celestial beings that accompany Buddhas in Buddhism. The dance utilizes various fluid movements to replicate flying. And this was Flying Apsaras Ballet. Freedom and captivity. Postmodern dance combined the elegant footwork of ballet with the flexibility of contemporary styles. The technical inventions and freedom of choreographic design create a style of dancing that seems to embody flexibility, freedom, and change, especially in Cunningham's own solos, pleasure in the idiosyncratic drama of individuality. This performance utilizes contrasting fast and slow speeds side by side to emphasize the specific movements of the dance. Additionally, the dancer uses the space to make bigger movements as he travels across the open area. This helps the movements to appear even more unrestrained. Each movement is filled with intensity that mirrors the tone of the performance. Whether the move is fast or slow, strong or more languid, each is noticeably intentional and potent. This performance tells a story of fantasy, madness, and a descent into darkness. Throughout the performance, the lighting becomes dimmer. This signifies that the dancer is on a path further and further from the light. This could symbolize a path of spiritual or moral darkness away from the light of goodness. The movements of this dance exude an untamed grace. The movements are intentional and yet also free. They do not follow any mold from dances of the past. It resembles a freely burning fire, passionate and uncontrolled. And this was Playing with Fire from Hyunjin. Choreographed entertainment. In today's dance, past the point of postmodern, detailed choreography and meaning has returned. Dance began to combine with other creative arts, and dancers found that they could be entertainers. Pop is an energetic performance full of life and joy. It is a performance that the dancers themselves enjoy, and this transfers to the audience as well. This performance utilizes bright colors in the costume and the set to emphasize the bright and upbeat nature of the dance and song. The eye-catching yellow and blue of the costumes bring attention to the dancers, while the flowers and pastel-colored balloons in the background add pops of color to the green landscape. The repetitive hand movements of the chorus are bubbly and fun. They contrast the bigger movements of the rest of the choreography. Rather than lots of movement, this part focuses on selective tiny details in a cuter style rather than a more energetic one. While all of the dancers are wearing yellow, blue, and white, the main dancer's outfit allows her to stand out. It is more detailed than the others, and it has a frilly tulle skirt. This costume resembles a modern take on the traditional clothing women, particularly wealthy women, would wear in historical Europe. For example, the corset top resembles the Rococo style of the 18th century. All of the dancers are women. This contributes an aura of girls having fun to the performance. It also adds to the notion that this song and dance are often believed to be more girly and feminine. And this is Pop by Nayeon. And then my works cited page. Anyway, let me know what you thought. This project was about finding a performance, and I chose K-pop performances. A performance that you could relate back to different dance styles throughout history. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. Yeah, if anyone wants to know, I got 100, so yay! Very happy. I was like, when I was doing it, I was so stressed because like the instructions were like really specific but also super vague, and like I was not sure if I was doing it right at all, but I was like, you know what, I don't know if I'm allowed to do K-pop, but I'm gonna do K-pop. So and then it was super funny because my classmates had to like write basically essays in response to my presentation. So people had to like write about my K-pop presentation, and it was so funny because like the people that responded, like no one knew what it was, but they were like they were just like, wow, really loved the theme, and everyone really liked the slide about Nayeon and Pop. They're like, it's so fun. I'm like, thank you, that was the point. but but it was really fun to like be able to spread that, and maybe more people will check out the songs because they had to like watch the performances and stuff to do their essays, so they got some streams for their performances. But anyway, let me know what you think. I actually really enjoyed this, but I had never thought so hard about a performance. I usually just like enjoy it, you know, or like I think about it in like a music way and not so much like a dance history way. And so it was really interesting to think about like the deeper meanings of things, and like, yeah, like I would never have before been like, oh yeah, Hyunjin's playing with fire is like a descent into darkness. Like never before would that have ever crossed my mind. And I have no idea if my interpretation is anything like what they were intending, but it got me a good grade, so that's what matters.